Hey yo, GG's, Dundadas, Hyenas, Scuba Divers, one from Scuba Steve was criminal, y'all. I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his Million March right here on YouTube. Dundada, we conducting ourselves the most highest. Dundada, life's what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it, GG. You know what I'm saying? God chose you because he knew you could trust you. You God's best kept secret, Dundada. We say more righteous than ever. We gonna stand on business, Dundada. You heard? That's just what it is, GGs. You know what I'm saying? Stay more weird than ever, They're not going to clap for you, They don't want you to win, so they won't clap for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. They don't want you to win, so they won't clap for you. And because people ain't clapping for you, doesn't mean that you ain't getting the job done, Remember that, If you ain't getting clapped for, that means that you ain't, that it doesn't mean that you ain't getting the job done. It could mean that you are getting the job done, GG. That's the motherfucking fact. So stay more weird than ever, You heard? And more or less, stay active. Stay active, motherfucking Jackson up in here, So more or less, your boy Big U, he's saying that WACK 100, It's so much shit going on in this fucking Big U story, and this Big U Rico the draws Rico case, whatever the case may be. It's so much going on with all that shit. His son happened to be fucking dating a rapper, and the rapper happened to be a male. Imagine that. And so much shit going on. So we're gonna have to stay way more aware with this whole situation. We got to take way more out of it than it is. Can we say WACK 100 is subliminally telling? Is he dry snitching? Does he feel so way? I mean, everybody is. Like, I'm guessing that's what they was doing. We don't know if he was on his heels. We don't know if this is simply what they chose to do. We don't know if the federales came and told him to make this play, to be working that play. It could be so much going on. The BRICC babies, the loose cannons, the 600s, Rayshawn Williams' mom, you know what I'm saying? So much. It's just so much. It's just so much that we got to pan out and go through. And it seems like, you know what I'm saying? He was fighting a higher course. Oh, he thought he was fighting a higher course. GG. So what the hell is that over there for? That's a fact, GG. So we're gonna have to stay way, way more aware, GG. You heard? Was he actually dating was this nigga's? Was he actually dating a boy though, Big U son, I mean, the nigga played for the football league, So you know what I'm saying? They say he's in NFL Chargers, right?
He was having a gay relationship with one of Big U's sons.
Yeah.
If that's the case, why would you shoot the boyfriend? He'll just go get another boyfriend. If that's the case.
One of the most shocking and disturbing rumors surrounding Big U is that he may have been involved in the 2021 murder of a young man named Rayshawn Williams.
That's different. So they try to. So what they say is that the kid never dissed them. That the kid actually never dissed the kid actually never dissed Big U, but he was going out with his son. Is that what the fuck they saying? And that Big U was showing his son, so he happened to pass away because that don't even make sense. That don't even make fucking sense right there. I can't even lie. That don't make sense right there. I can't go with this story. I just can't say that this is what the story's about. You know what I'm saying? This is what the story's about. We just can't go into that story like that. That's a motherfucking fact. That's a motherfucker. We just can't go into that story like that. So let's see how the Big U Rico drawdown is going down. How did it actually get? How did it get situated? And does WACK 100 or any of these niggas actually got something to do with Big U actually going to jail? Or did Big U actually fuck up himself? It's just what it is.
Orange County Resident Agency of the FBI, where I am tasked with investigating violent gangs and organized criminal enterprises. From March 2019, month and date when Nipsey died, RIP, through December 2024, when I am joined with the Orange County Resident Agency, I was assigned to the Los Angeles field office investigating violent gangs and organized criminal enterprises in conjunction with the Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on Violent Gangs, the LAMTFVG, a multi-agency federal, state, and local gang task force. My experience as an SA with the FBI includes, but is not limited to, conducting physical surveillance, executing search and arrest warrants, working with informants, issuing subpoenas, analyzing pen register and trap and trace records, interviewing subjects and witnesses, consensually monitored meetings and telephone calls, analyzing financial records, and conducting court-authorized interception of wire communication. I have received training in the investigation of violations of federal law, including racketeering laws and federal drug conspiracy laws, and have personally participated in and assisted with several gang investigations involving racketeering and drug conspiracies. Purpose of affidavit. This affidavit is made in support of a criminal complaint and arrest warrants for Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, aka Draws, aka Hannibal, aka Hannibal Muhammad, aka Anybody Killer, aka David Austin, Sylvester Robinson, aka Vay, and Mark Martin, aka Bear Claw, for a violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1962D, racketeer influence in corrupt organizations,
Yo, this nigga fucking Big U got like fucking 7 AKAs, what the fuck, AKA Onk, AKA Draws, AKA Hannibal, AKA Hannibal Muhammad, AKA Anybody Killer, AKA Dave Austin, Hanley, Sylvester Robinson, AKA V Robinson, AKA Mark Martin, AKA Bear Claw. Like, what the fuck? This nigga's in a frat. He's Bear Claw. They be giving these niggas. Yo, these niggas sound like Girl Scout names. Bear Claw. You know what I'm saying? Shitty Draws. Like, what the fuck? Who could come up with this? Thundercat. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's up with these names, Gigi? Like, where the fuck you get these names from,
conspiracy to remain Ashley Williams, aka Loose Cannon, for a violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1951A, interference with commerce by robbery.
Do y'all feel like that cowboy? Do y'all feel like that cowboy dude got something to do with it? Since he's so close to fucking Big U, do you feel like he actually got something to do with it? Like he actually, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows more than he should. Do you think that?
Armani Afliji, aka Mani, for a violation of Title 18 United States Code, Section 2421A, transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with the intent that the individual engage in prostitution. And Frederick Blayton Jr. and Tiffany Shankira Hines for a violation of Title 18 United States Code, Section 13441, bank fraud. The facts set forth in this affidavit are based upon my personal observations, my training and experience, and information obtained from various law enforcement personnel and witnesses. This affidavit is intended to show merely that there is sufficient probable cause for the requested complaint and warrants, and does not purport to set forth all of my knowledge of or investigation into this matter, unless specifically indicated otherwise. All conversations and statements described in this affidavit are related in substance and in part only. All amounts are approximate, and all dates and times are on or about those indicated. The person's property and premises to be searched. This affidavit is also made in support of warrants to search the following: person of Henley, as described in attachment A1, a black 2021 Mercedes, and believed to be used by Henley, registered to Henley, bearing California license plate 8UTW346 Henley Mercedes, as described in attachment A2. Henley's residence at 4159 West 62nd Street, Los Angeles, California 90043. Henley's 62nd Street.
Damn, nigga, they showed his license plate number and everything. His license plate number got a U. They put a U in his license plate number, so they know that he was coming around. Look at you right there,
premises, as described in attachment A3. Henley's residence at 5847 Arlington Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90043. Henley's Arlington premises, as described in attachment A4.
And niggas wasn't feeling how Big U was treating the rolling 60s, and niggas wasn't feeling the way Big U was thinking that you got his place, you got his address, you got everything that's going on there, you got everything, you already know everything, but that's not the case, GG.
The person of Robinson, as described in attachment A5. Robinson's residence at 17720 Superior Street, Unit 111, Northridge, California, 91325. Robinson's premises, as described in attachment A6. The person of Martin, as described in attachment A7. Martin's residence, 3061 South Robertson Boulevard Apartment 5, Los Angeles, California, 90034. Martin's premises, as described in attachment A8, and the business of the Ex-Offender Fellowship Network, doing business as Developing Options and other names Developing Options, located at 544 Crenshaw Boulevard, Suites 202 and 203, Los Angeles, California, 90034, Developing Options premises, as described in attachment A9. Attachment A1 through A9 are incorporated herein by reference. Items to be seized. The items to be seized from Henley's Mercedes, Henley's 62nd premises, Henley's Arlington's premises are evidence, fruits, and instrumentalities of violations of 18 U.S.C. Section 1962D, racketeer influenced and corrupt organizations conspiracy, 18 U.S.C. Section 1962C, unlawful debt collection, 1951A, conspiracy to interference, and attempted interference with commerce by robbery and extortion. 924C, use of a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence. 2421A, transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with the intent that the individual engage in prostitution. 1343, wire fraud. 666A, 1A, embezzlement, conversion, and intentional misapplication of funds from organization receiving federal funds. 1344, bank fraud. 1014, false statement to a financial institution. 7201, attempt to evade or defeat income tax. 7203, willful failure to file tax return. And 18, obstruction of justice. Henley's subject offenses.
Damn, what the fuck? This thing got fucking failure to fucking... I didn't even know that you had to fucking fill income tax out. I didn't even know that you had to fill that situation out. I know taxes, but to get your shit back, it seems like they was doing PPE loan frauds and shit like that. I say a bunch of petty shit, honestly. Like, really? PPE loans and shit like that?
As described in attachment B1, which is incorporated herein by reference. The items to be seized from Robinson's premises, Martin, and Martin's premises are evidence, fruits, and instrumentalities of violations 1962D, racketeer influenced and corrupt organization, conspiracy to interference, and attempted interference with commerce by robbery and extortion. 924C, use of a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence. 18, obstruction of justice. Robinson's and Martin's subject offenses, as described in attachment B2, which is incorporated herein by reference.
I can't lie, the only person that it seems that actually said that you could actually say that they probably said something and shit like that is BRICC Baby. Because BRICC Baby said that shit that he's done doing whatever the fuck he wants to do with the boys and shit like that, but he said that was because of baby mama, whatever the case would be. But I don't see WACK 100 over here, just thinking. I mean, he was on he was on Adam 22, doing a whole bunch of that, but in the paperwork, it don't say his name, but who knows? It says his name when Big U mentioned it, but it don't say his name that about himself, like, you know what I'm saying? So
Items to be seized from developing options, premises, or evidence, fruits, and instrumentalities of violations of 1962. D. Racketeer influence and corrupt organizations conspiracy. 1343. Wire fraud. 1951A. Conspiracy.
I don't know though, but the crazy part is that WACK 100 he was fucking with Big U for so motherfucking long. I don't understand how the fuck they didn't fucking contact him, especially if he was a victim. Even fucking like he said, the 6ix9ine situation. The 6ix9ine situation, they contacted him when he was in danger. If you saying that, if they say that they was threatening you on the top, it mean that you mean to tell them that they never contacted you. I'm like, yo, yeah, you are like in danger on the top that we happen to fucking thing. You don't think they said that?
To interference, and attempted interference with commerce by extortion. 6661A1, embezzlement, conversion, and intentional misapplication of funds from organization receiving federal funds. 1344, bank fraud. 1014, false statement to a financial institution. 26 USC S 1014 7201.
But I'm gonna say this. It's crazy. All right, boom. I'm gonna tell you this right here. Civilians, right? Civilians can't call other people snitches. So DJ Academics can't call WACK 100 a snitch, because those are the laws that he all abide by, You know what I'm saying? So you should be just like, yo, oh, he's normal, because that's what you doing, Like you gotta watch it, because the plays, and people try to manipulate the scene or try to run a narrative. We're not saying that WACK 100 ain't telling. We're not saying that. But we gonna say this. If you gonna tell in a situation like that, you can't sit there and point a finger and call someone else a snitching. That's not the laws that you go by. Snitching is not even in a word of your thing. You say you're call the cops. You said that you're gonna make statements. You said all this shit. So that's the shit that you said that you will do, and that's the shit that you actually will that you did and you will do So you're doing all that You can't sit there and call someone else a fucking a rat You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You think you could? What makes you think that you could get away with you being you and other people can't get away with them being them I'm not saying that what this dude saying is right. I'm saying it's like, oh yeah, you don't have the finger to judge people because you just he's doing exactly what you would do So how can you be so judgmental of that shit like what the fuck? So you know what I'm saying, when DJ Academics pointing fingers and saying, oh yeah, he's a snitch but nigga, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? You can't even do that like what the fuck?
Attempt to evade or defeat income tax, and 7203, willful failure to file tax return. Developing options, subject offenses, as described in attachment B3, which is incorporated herein by reference. The summary of investigation. In February 2021, the FBI Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force, the LAMTFVG, launched an
like Adam 22 would sit there and be like, yeah, I gave up the cease and desist letter. Yeah, I talked to the FBI. Yeah, I talked to the people and I'll give them whatever they ask me for. I'll give them whatever they ask me for. Adam 22 would say some shit like that. And then still trying to say, yo, did you snitch? WACK 100, you kind of snitched on this person. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Didn't you just say you just did that, nigga? What the fuck, nigga? Like, how? Like, who the fuck made you so cool? Who made you the fucking the prince of the yearbook this year? Nah, that's not how shit work, bro. Yeah, you can't. Like, how the fuck you gonna sit there and do it? Like, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
An investigation into Henley's criminal enterprise, the Big U Enterprise, and its association with the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crip Street Gang, the Rolling 60s, which the LAMTFVG began investigating in
it's like this,
state and local gang task force.
It's like this, Like this, at the end of the day. Big U, he's a bully, right? And he's a bully, and he extort niggas like BRICC Baby and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. But to niggas like Monster Cody, a nigga like Monster Cody, Big U ain't no fucking bully. Big U's he's a fucking baby. He's a little guy. He's not moving how he's moving. So you know what I'm saying? He's just a nigga who just blatantly spoil you, he's big so he could beat people up, but a nigga like Monster Cody look like big, look at Big U like that, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a little guy, like what the fuck you like, this is who y'all niggas is fucking scared of, this is what's going on, so you gotta think about it, everybody's not looking at Big U like, oh my god, this dude's a monster. Some niggas look at Big U like, yo, this nigga's a sucker. Some niggas is looking at Big U, everybody look at Big U different, that's what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be aware that when niggas is over here, they want to be so judgmental, but you know what I'm saying? People is doing what the fuck they be doing, so you can't. Why you calling him out, So you actually saying everything you actually be doing is wrong, and you know that for a fact, Anybody who's coming at WACK 100, and they podcasters and they DJ academics and they these people and they that people, that means that you understand that it's not okay to be doing what y'all niggas be doing, But y'all be doing it, so who the fuck gave you the finger to put someone in heaven or hell, You ain't God, you know what I'm saying? You ain't God, you ain't the devil, so stay more aware, you know what I'm saying? You don't hold the cards, All you gotta do is play your position, because that's what you be doing, And if he did it, if that's what he's doing, I guess a person like DJ Academic should be clapping for the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to act like that's not what he's doing,
Visuals in Los Angeles. The Big U Enterprise is led by Henley. Henley is a self-admitted member and an original gangster, or OG, of the Rolling 60s. A violent criminal street gang of associated sets in several other states. Henley is widely regarded as a leader within the Rolling 60s. In the 1980s, Henley rose to prominent position in the Los Angeles drug and Rolling 60s hierarchies. During this time, Henley also earned a reputation as an enforcer for the Rolling 60s. Some members of the Big U Enterprise are also members of the Rolling 60s. Henley is able to lead the Big U Enterprise because of his standing as the face of the Rolling 60s for decades and his reputation for violence, including murder. On a side note, in interviews, Henley has stated that he believes his story is the modern day mafia story. At times, the Big U Enterprise partners with members and associates of the Rolling 60s and other criminal elements for mutual benefit. The Big U Enterprise is a distinct and independent criminal enterprise engaged in criminal activity. Members and assets of the
It's crazy, because it says this is a drawdown, This is a draws down federal complaint, Operation Drawdown, So if this is Operation Drawdown, oh, it's because he's the leader that other fucking Rolling 60s is implicated in this shit, because it seems like everybody that was implicated in this shit, happened to just come across this white type, or happens to just be like, just talking to him in a way, and they got caught up because of him, Imagine getting caught up because of this nigga. Like, you ain't get caught up because of yourself, No, you get caught up because someone else, You about to waste time, because someone else is fault, And it's not your brother, It's not people that, it's just a simple dude that you looking up to, Nah, you can't. Damn.
The Big U Enterprise are engaged to illegal activities, including extortion, robbery, murder, human trafficking, wire fraud, bank fraud, other financial crimes, obstruction of justice, illegal debt collection, illegal gambling, conspiracy to commit fraud via illegal gambling, and other offenses is furtherance of the Big U Enterprise and for the benefits of its members and associates. As set forth in detail below, through the course of investigation, agents gathered information from a variety of sources, including confidential human sources, surreptitious recordings, including Title III wiretaps, search warrants for social media, iCloud, and Google accounts, financial records from both individuals and companies or organizations, toll records showing communication between conspirators, victims, and Big U Enterprise members and associates, cell site location information from numerous phones, including Henley's, Robinson's, and Martin's, City of Los Angeles records, public filings, and other publicly available information, and interviews of witnesses and victims. The investigations employed various additional investigative techniques, including surveillance, vehicle tracking, poll cameras, recording devices, interaction with confidential sources, and information gleaned through undercover
So when you say that, oh yeah, that these niggas is locked up from creating content, it don't seem like it. It seems like these niggas is locked up from wiretaps. They said pole cameras. That means that they put cameras on the post to look to see if shit's happening or different type of camera systems or different type of like tracking devices vehicle tracking. Like what the fuck, vehicle tracking like what's that about like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of different type of, so I don't think they locked up from recording devices, interactions with confidential sources, you know what I'm saying? Information gleaned through undercovers, data, you know what I'm saying? Interviewing and witnesses and victims, data, like, you know what I'm saying? Public feelings, data, you know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. The content is there, but this is really why they knocked off, Toll recording showing communications between conspirators, financial records from both individuals and companies, iCloud and Google accounts, so when you say that, oh yeah, he's locked up because of this person or that person, I mean, that's not what it's fucking saying right here, you know what I'm saying?
Purchases of firearms and narcotics. The United States District Court for Central District of California authorized multiple Title III wire and electronic interception orders for telephones being used by certain subjects of the investigation, including Henley, Robinson, Martin, and Zaire Mitchell, aka BRICC Baby. The court also authorized the interception, audio and visual, nonverbal conduct via closed circuit television, CCTV, through the installation of video and audio bugs in the location. Since the inception of this investigation, the FBI, Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, criminal investigation.
What the fuck did they say? Adam 22 is bugged? Nah, I'm gonna fuck around. What the hell? What they have bugged? They had something bugged. They say they got something bugged.
The IRSCI, United States Attorney Office for the Central District of California, North Las Vegas Police Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, and other local agencies have interviewed more than 50 individuals, including subjects of investigations, who agreed to voluntarily provide information as discussed further below. Based on information learned from these individuals and other sources, the FBI SAs, special agents, the IRS CISAs, the NLVPD detectives, and the LAPD detectives requested and obtained additional search warrants and subpoenas. Below, I summarize the information and evidence obtained thus far from these various investigative tools. On another side note, Mitchell is the subject of a separate sealed indictment pending in case number 225-CR-0132. In certain points below, I summarize wire and electronic communication that investigators intercepted pursuant to court orders. In other points, I quote from or paraphrase agents' understanding of those interceptions were relevant to the requested complaint and warrants. The investigation remains ongoing. Summary of probable cause. Henley, Robinson, and Martin, and others known and unknown, are members of the Big U Enterprise, a criminal organization whose members and associates engage in, among other things, murder, kidnapping, robbery.
Yo, I never seen a person. It seems like I never seen a person like it seems like BRICC Baby Donato. He worked so hard to get put up in this indictment. I never seen somebody like work so hard to get put up. It seems like Big U Donato. He was just, you know what I'm saying? He was just, you know what I'm saying? He was just being just plainly thinking that everything that he was doing was right. Like he could do everything he was doing. Like that was like everything was done was right. But BRICC Baby worked so hard. Like there was so many, like, I don't get it. He actually paid his way to be on this RICO indictment. BRICC Baby like you spent money to be here. Like get here. What the fuck? Usually money is getting taken from you. When you get here. But you actually paid to be here. That's just crazy.
extortion, interstate transportation for the purpose of prostitution, bank fraud, wire fraud, embezzlement, and obstruction of justice. The Big U enterprise operates within the Central District of California and elsewhere. The Big U enterprise, including its leaders, members, and associates, constituted an enterprise. United States Code Section 1.
What's poppin', DJ? Yo, lower the background noise. Lower the background noise, DJ.
Children on the big screen. I'm on the big screen.
What's poppin', DJ? Lower the background, bro. Lower the background noise, bro.
Children on the big screen. I'm on the big screen. Yeah, let me get off that. Dude.
Lower the background, bro.
Yo.
Yeah. What's good, Dandada? What's poppin' with you, Friday?
Sure, I just came in here for a quick second, but I pop out and go holler at Kendall real quick.
Oh, yeah?
I'm listening at this shit here. This shit crazy.
Shit crazy, Dandada. Your boy Brick Baby, he worked mad hard to get put up in this situation, huh? How the fuck you pay somebody to put you in that situation, Dandada? That shit hit different right there. And your boy Big U, Dandada, it seems like he was just bullying everybody, taking everybody's lunch money. You know what I'm saying?
He could have my lunch money. He would have to kill me, be honest. I ain't letting everybody take my lunch money.
That's what I'm trying to say, Dandada. I guess everybody ain't thinking like that, Dandada. Some, you know what I'm saying? Some people, Dandada, they was thrown up a little bit different, Dandada. They allow that shit to happen.
Oh, I just came up here before I did to go talk to Kendall, man. I seen you on the big screen.
I feel it.
I'm gonna get back on the big screen and listen at this shit. So I can get
All right, Friday.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm on. All right,
Dandada.
9614. That is a group of individuals associated, in fact, that engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce. The Big U enterprise constituted an ongoing organization whose members and associates function as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the purpose of the Big U enterprise. The purpose of the Big U enterprise includes, but are not limited to, the following: enriching Big U enterprise members and associates by using the power and the status of the Big U enterprise, and Henley as the original gangster in the rolling 60s to commit extortion, fraud, and other crimes, promoting, protecting, and expanding the power, reputation, and profits of the Big U enterprise and its members and associates through the use of intimidation, fear, violence, threats of violence, assaults, extortion, and murder, using social media platforms, documentaries, podcasts.
And people trying to say, yo, Big U was mad smart, Dandada. Like Big U had a fucking, like Big U had some type of fucking, like Big U was like some type of fucking, like he's like conducting himself like El Chapo or something, Dandada. Like he had Dandada. Every mistake that you make, Dandada, right? Every mistake that you make, bro, right? It takes away from your IQ level, Dandada. Because if you was so smart, Dandada, that shit would be cleaned up, Dandada. Everything that you're doing would be like a situation that, like, you're not doing wrong, Dandada. So at the end of the day, there's a way for everything, Dandada. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta watch how you're doing it, Dandada. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing it maliciously, Dandada, you're not so smart, Dandada. You blatantly, Dandada, using blunt force, Dandada, when you could actually do it legitimate, Dandada. You know what I'm saying? Go there, Dandada, and persuade people, Dandada. You know what I'm saying? To do shit, to either sign certain shit or to work with you or certain shit like that, Dandada. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay more aware, bro. You know what I mean? Instead of you thinking that you could just say words and you and use muscles and that's just going to just work like that, Dandada.
As interviews and Henley's reputation and the status to create fame for and stoke fear of the Big U enterprise and its members and associates, financially enriching the Big U enterprise members and associates by defrauding donors to nonprofit entities under the control of the Big U enterprise and its members and associates, including developing options, financially enriching Big U enterprise members and associates by defrauding federal, state, and local agencies, the awarded grants and other financial support to nonprofit entities under the control of the Big U enterprise and its members and associates, including developing options, financially enriching Big U enterprise by defrauding mortgage lending businesses to make loans to employees of the entities under the control of Big U enterprise and its members and associates, including Unique Music Entertainment, and developing options, gratifying Big U enterprise members and associates by trafficking and exploiting sex workers, and concealing and protecting the illegal activities of the Big U enterprise and its members and associates from the detection of law enforcement through means that included, among other things, witness tampering and obstruction of justice, beginning no later than 2010 and continuing to the present. In Los Angeles County, within the Central District of California, and elsewhere, Henley, Robinson, and Martin, each being a person employed by and associated with the Big U enterprise, an enterprise engaged in the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly and intentionally conspire to violate Title 18 United States Code Section 1962C, to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in the conduct of the affairs of the Big U enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, as that term is defined in Title 18 United States Code Section 19611 and 196.
That's what happens when you let your power done data. You know what I'm saying? You let your power perceive reality, data, and you just feel like, oh yeah, this is the way that I could conduct business, data. This is the way that I can do it, data. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, data, it's necessary, but sometimes it's not. So if you feel like, oh yeah, look, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, if you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you gotta wait for someone dissing you, your own artist dissing you, not fucking with you, trying to get out the deal. So he disses you, so you get rid of him, Now, when everybody diss you, you're gonna feel like, yeah, you can get rid of them, you can get rid of them, you can get rid of them. It's not gonna work like that, You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work like that, You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So now, you just feel like as soon as something happens like that, you feel some type of anger. And the anger that you feel is the power that you feel. You feel like you're so powerful that you could just unalive or delete people out of the timeline. You know what I'm saying?
615, which pattern of racketeering consisted of multiple acts involving murder, kidnapping, chargeable under the Nevada revised statutes, robbery, extortion, chargeable under California Penal Code, multiple acts indictable under wire fraud, financial institution fraud, and relating to interference with commerce, robbery, or extortion, and relating to interstate transportation for the purpose of prostitution. It was further part of the conspiracy that Henley, Robinson, and Martin agreed that a conspirator will commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activity in the conduct of the affairs of the Big U enterprise. Henley, Robinson, Martin, and other members and associates of the Big U enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of the affairs of the Big U enterprise through the following means and methods, among others. Members and associates of the Big.
And that's what happens, Dada, when you actually, when you gotta watch niggas that take shit off muscle, Dada. You know what I'm saying? Because they might trick you, Dada, and put themselves in a position, Dada, that wasn't done, Dada. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not the logistics team. Maybe he's not the GPS team, Dada. Maybe he's not the captain of the ship, Dada. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So you put him as the captain of the ship, Dada. That's not what he's really up. That's not who he really is, Dada. You know what I'm saying? So he only knows certain shit, how to maneuver, Dada. Or maybe he is the captain of the ship. And if he wants to be the captain of the ship, guess what, Dada? You can't be the artist either. You ain't gonna be able to be the person that's over there, that's talking the bullhorn, Dada. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to do it all, Dada. You know what I'm saying? The person, if you gonna be the CEO, Dada, go out the way you be the CEO, Dada. You ain't gonna be able to be the rapper. You're not gonna be able to be the one that's in every video. You're not gonna be the one. No, because you gotta be doing other things, Dada. People who own companies, do you see them over here, Dada, on the line? Do you see people who own companies, Dada? right there, nah, they know about all that. That's how they keep it in check, of course, but they're not there, promoting this shit, they're not over there taking the pictures, putting, oh yeah, this is a non-spill area. The boss ain't taking a picture like that, that's someone else. They're gonna let someone else take the picture, and whoever the fuck taking the picture, and they're gonna put it right there, and they're gonna put it on their wall. But you want to be the one who's taking the picture, saying this is a non-spill area. You want to name the situation after you, the whole company after you. You want to be the person who's doing the line, You want to curse out the person who's doing the bullhorn because you want to talk, and he's like, yo, you be talking too crazy sometimes, let me talk, I've been doing this, it's my job. And you're like, nah, you're saying you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it with him, If you gonna be the boss, I guess you're gonna have to play the boss position, but everybody ain't the boss, so they ain't playing the boss position because they want to be something else, they something else, the GG. You know what I'm saying? Or the CEO, all this, all that, whatever the case may be, You want to be a good leader, you be a good leader, You know what I'm saying?
BRICC enterprise committed, conspired, attempted, and threatened to commit acts of violence, including murder, armed assaults, robberies, extortions, acts of intimidation, and threats of violence to generate income, an atmosphere of fear, protect and expand the BRICC enterprise's reputation for violence, and expand the BRICC enterprise's criminal operations. Members and associates of the BRICC enterprise used Henley's history and reputation, including his connections to the violent Rollin 60 street gang, to tout to the BRICC enterprise's reputation for violence and that the BRICC enterprise controlled Los Angeles. As part of the BRICC enterprise.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's not people that do it all, I'm not saying that. There is people that can multitask greatly, There is people that can do the fucking, there is people that's gonna do the maintenance work and do the higher work and play the boss position and do it all, but it's different, when you want to compete. It's like you coming down here, to the maintenance spot, and there's the lady that been working here and cleaning up the spot, and she told you something you don't want to hear it, Nah, you could learn from her too, You could learn from everybody, but you're not trying to learn from nobody, nigga. You're just trying to take from everybody, You know what I'm saying?
Purported control of Los Angeles, individuals including professional athletes, musicians, and others intending to conduct certain types of business in Los Angeles, including both legitimate and illicit criminal conduct, where required to check in with Henley prior to traveling to Los Angeles or engaging in certain activities to obtain protection from the BRICC enterprise while in Los Angeles. Henley hosted a podcast titled Checking In, the opening theme song of which explained, when you hop off the plane, check in. Penthouse suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Cause if not, it's get hot, check in. You better check in. The check-in included both a payment to BRICC enterprise as well as requesting permission for Henley to conduct certain activities, including acts of violence that were sanctioned by the BRICC enterprise, as Henley described in a documentary film that he produced about his life titled.
You see, I'm a different type of person, I'm not gonna say check in. I'm looking like, what, bro, if I don't know you, bro, what the fuck is it? Who you checking in with, Like, what makes you think that you could keep it? Like, you gonna keep someone else safe, Can you keep Master Cody safe, BRICC? Like, can you keep these other people safe? Or, like, you can't keep them safe, so what makes you think you gonna keep everybody safe, It's a sign like he's trying to just get to know you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get to know you, and he thinks he could fuck with you. He's gonna portray your ass, You know what I'm saying?
Hip Hop Uncovered.
He's okay with taking anything for free. You're gonna give him a fucking $1, he'll take the $1. You're gonna give him 20, you take the 20. You're gonna give him thing, but when you start giving him, guess what? He's just gonna try to get a little more than $1.
Pick up the phone, that can mean death for somebody. As Henley stated in the Nothing to Something podcast, you gonna check in, you could choose not to, and it's gonna be a problem. You choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences. On a side note, based on my training and experience, I know that members of CRIP affiliated gangs do not use the letters CK together because members of the rival blood affiliated gangs use CK to refer to CRIP killer. Therefore, CRIP gang members often replace replace CK with CC. You feel like you got something bigger than what's there, and that not checking in is basically an act of war. It ain't one human being who not gonna check in. While members and associates of the Big U Enterprise used Henley's and Big U Enterprise history and reputation to control Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation.
And the crazy part is, Dandada, of course they got the advantage over you, Dandada, because you ain't feeling like you got beef with these niggas, so you don't know who actually got beef with you. But these niggas actually got a situation with you, Dandada, so they gonna, you know what I'm saying, they gonna conduct a situation, Dandada, you're not even understanding it, Dandada, so you're gonna get caught up, Dandada. So of course they probably look like they always on top, Dandada. But if they was to be like, yo, if they was to be like, this is an act on war for everybody who's coming over here, nigga, y'all niggas got beef over here, then people would take it differently, Dandada.
Henley simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy for the Big U Enterprise by promoting himself as a reformed gang member.
And they different, Dandada. They different. It's just like the Slim Thug. It's like Slim Thug's house got robbed. I mean, got Dandada. How the fuck Jay Prince end up with the shit, Dandada? Of course, Dandada. You already nizzy, Dandada. That's how you end up with the shit, Dandada. You end up with the shit because they gave it to you, Dandada. You probably go, all right, we back. All right, that's how you end up with the shit, Dandada. That's how these people actually end up with the shit, Dandada. These people ain't real. They ain't actually thorough ass niggas, Dandada. Oh yeah, we did it, da. This is what's gonna go on, da. They actually fucking trick you, nigga, acting, and then when you do get booked and shit like that, they gonna act like, oh shit, da, let me help you, da. They still gonna be there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who does shit like that, da? That's different. That's different. You're a con artist.
Focus on bettering his community. Purported nonprofit organizations he founded, such as Developing Options and soliciting donations from celebrities and grants from the government and foundations to these charitable organizations. In actuality, Henley and other members and associates of the Big U Enterprise used these purported nonprofit entities to enrich and further the objective of the Big U Enterprise, including by embezzling funds meant as charitable donations to the nonprofit entities, using the nonprofit entities to fraudulently apply for government assistance and loans, and using the nonprofit entities to falsify employment and financial records to personally benefit members and associates of the Big U Enterprise. Members and associates of the Big U Enterprise would discipline other members and associates, acted in ways seen as detrimental to the Big U Enterprise, or other individuals who were seen as disrespecting the Big U Enterprise or its members, including acts of violence such as assaults, kidnapping, and murder. Members and associates of the Big U Enterprise will avoid detection by law enforcement by, among other activities, attempting to thwart and evade law enforcement surveillance, destroying video surveillance or other evidence, and threatening or otherwise pressuring victims or witnesses of crimes committed by members and associates of the Big U Enterprise to avoid interaction with or to provide untruthful statements or testimony to law enforcement officers. In sum, there is probable cause to believe that in furtherance of the Big U Enterprise, Henley kidnapped and murdered victim RW in retaliation for perceived disrespect to the Big U Enterprise, and endeavored to conceal the murder with other Big U Enterprise members and associates. Henley, Robinson, Martin, and Williams committed and arranged robberies to enrich the Big U Enterprise, further the extortions committed by the Big U Enterprise, and to create the impression of the Big U Enterprise controlled Los Angeles. Henley, Robinson, and Martin extorted individuals in Los Angeles for purported protection, when such protection was actually violence committed by the Big U Enterprise itself. Henley and Affleji arranged for the interstate transportation of individuals to engage in prostitution for Henley and Big U Enterprise members. Henley defrauded various companies, donors, and athletes and celebrities into providing donations to Big U Enterprise charities, only to transfer these donations to his own personal bank account for for personal use. Henley fraudulently obtained funding from the city of Los Angeles' mayors through the Gang Reduction Youth Development Foundation, the GRIP program, portions of which received federal funding. Henley defrauded and attempted to defraud the Small Business Association, the SBA, for loans that benefited the Big U enterprise. To enrich Blanton, a Big U enterprise associate who purported to work for the Big U enterprise charitable organization, Henley, Martin, and Blanton and Hines committed bank fraud by submitting a fraudulent mortgage application. And Henley, Robinson, and Martin and other members and associates of the Big U enterprise attempted to obstruct investigations into and conceal the above referenced crimes committed on behalf of the Big U enterprise. Statement of probable cause. Unless otherwise noted below, my knowledge of the facts summarized herein is based on my training and experience, my discussion with other investigators, my review of law enforcement reports, search warrants, and subpoenas returned, Title III wiretap interceptions, public domain interviews to include YouTube and podcast interviews and docuseries, electronics and other written communication, interviews of certain individuals, and City of Los Angeles.
You see, now they talking about the interviews, but damn, nigga, did you see? You didn't just fucking see all the fucking read everything they just went through. Now I finally at 21, they talking about the interviews. But let's see.
Records and other publicly available documents. Big U Enterprise. Discussed herein, I believe that Henley led the Big U Enterprise. Robinson was a years-long associate and confidant of Henley and served as his right-hand man, underboss, and enforcer in the Big U Enterprise. And Martin was also a close confidant and trusted lieutenant of Henley in the Big U Enterprise. Much of the Big U Enterprise structure and affiliation with the Rolling 60s is in the public domain. In the television series Hip Hop Uncovered, the docuseries which Henley executive produced, Henley detailed the history of the Rolling 60s and his involvement with the gang. Henley admitted he was a Rolling 60s member from the first generation. Henley advised that the Rolling 60s was a large Crip gang known to instill fear in the community. Henley claimed that he did not have gang-related tattoos because people already knew where he was from, and it was never a question. A similar quote that Henley often repeated when asked why he has no gang tattoos. On a side note, based on my training, experience, and participation in this investigation, this statement corroborates precisely how the Big U Enterprise works to this day. Henley uses fear and his prominent association with the gang. Further, the Big U Enterprise's racketeer and profit from the same is that it isn't on you, it's in you. After encountering legal troubles as a juvenile, Henley moved from California to Chicago. Henley admitted elsewhere to being on the run and conducting illegal drug activities in Chicago. While Henley was living in Chicago, Henley decided to move back to Los Angeles to participate in the gang war after an associate's murder. Henley noted his mentality was that we were hunting. To us, it wasn't about fighting. It was about guns now. My philosophy was the gun can get you any and everywhere you need to be. After Henley returned to Los Angeles in the 1980s, he became known as a fighter for the Rolling 60s by fighting other gang members. As Henley recalled, those fights were about dominating the Rolling 60s competition. Henley remembered he and approximately 200 other Rolling 60s gang members went to a Run DMC concert at the Long Beach Convention Center to establish and maintain their dominance within the Los Angeles Bay Street gang scene. Henley characterized his and the Rolling 60s moral code at that time as get them before they get you. Throughout the 1980s, Henley fostered a fierce and earned reputation for violence, including multiple charges for the first-degree murder as well as a charge for attempted murder of a peace officer. According to these statements, Henley believed in 1987 he had cemented his reputation as a tough person that should not be crossed. Henley recounted serving time in the county jail where he would beat up other inmates for the purpose of establishing pecking order. Henley was also earning money through the drug trade in other cities, such as Minneapolis, where he realized he had an influence over other Rolling 60s gang members. When Henley was 22 years old, he claimed to stop selling drugs and transition to a different racket. He believed his moniker, Big U, was so big and ominous. Every time I go through that door, I really was a beast. That was the mentality. Despite having such power within the Rolling 60s, Henley did not have a reliable source of income outside of the drug trade. Henley subsequently connected with the hip-hop artist Kenneth Green, aka Papa LQ, and became his manager. In the docuseries Papa LQ.
So imagine that he had to surround himself with mad niggas that was getting dope to try to take dope from the. Like, that's crazy, Gigi. That's what he actually that's what he did. He needed to do, That's a different type of hustle, You get it from the muscle, You know what I'm saying? He's getting it from the muscle. That's why I guess that's what it is, GG's. But GG's, Saeed, Scoop Out, learn from Scoop and Steve, stay more aware than never, We're about to do another segment, right after this, So like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get with us on a daily, We always hear, Life's what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it. You heard, Just tune in, We'll be back on.